Hey guys,
We're
we're
here.
back. Yeah,
Yeah,
we're doing
doing like
there's some things. There's some things. And
yeah,
these things are so crazy.
they are crazy.
Yes.
It's true.
Welcome to the Progcast. My name is Jaxon. I am joined by Callum and
Yes.
Zane
That's not
as
true.
usual. Okay.
We have like
Yeah.
20 things to talk about today.
Yeah, we have a
Yeah.
lot
There's
on
a
the
lot
plate.
to go through. What can I say?
So this might be dated by the time by the time I upload this, but we're gonna we wanted to discuss our Spotify Wrapped
Yeah,
Yes.
because those
I
just
got all the
came
Yeah.
out.
screenshots.
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
getting them up
mine
I
now.
actually
are
don't
mine
have
are
my
really bad.
screenshots. I'm yeah.
Yeah, me neither.
The thing
We're just
is,
gonna have to
like,
talk about
you kind of hate yourself, like for
Do
some
we
of the
all just
music that
agree
you
that ours
listen
are
to.
really bad? Because I was gonna
it.
open this
Yeah.
by saying
Okay,
mine
let's
is
just
really
not
bad.
do this segment. Okay, next
No, we
segment.
have to. We have to.
No, we
Um,
gotta. We gotta. Come on, right? Even
Okay,
if
well,
guys.
I'll say mine first if that's cool.
Yeah,
All
go
right.
ahead.
So the thing is, right at the start of the year, I listened to a lot of Dark Side. Like I listened to it
Yeah.
like 24/7.
Uh huh.
So my top song, my number one song, or no, it's like the number three one. It's
Uh-huh.
actually like "Speak to Me" because that's the opener of the
It's
album.
Oh, because you just kept putting the
It
album
is
on.
the
Yeah,
opener
because I
of the
just played
album.
it. And I always played it from the start. I never played a select song. I just because it's like one song. So I
Yeah,
just
it's
played
Yeah.
it from
all.
the
It's just a
start.
very continuous thing, right?
But
hmm
my number one is Dogs.
Dogs?
That was my number one. Yeah, from Animals, another
Oh,
Pink Floyd song. It's 17 minutes long.
Yeah.
So that
I
Well, I
never-
also had a very long song in my top five.
go
I did
for
not.
it.
That's because you
did
don't
not.
listen to long
Yeah, you
music.
don't listen to progressive
The
rock.
longest
Yeah.
song I listened to this year was probably the song from your newest album.
We'll
Stinkers.
talk about that. We'll
Yeah,
talk
we'll
Yeah.
talk about it. We'll talk about
We'll
it.
get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What else? What else do you want to mention about your? What are your top genres?
Oh, wait. I had a bit of a thing, right? So I was just
Yeah.
like, I was going through my Spotify Wrapped, right? And it was playing a bunch of like the songs that I listened to in the first half that I'm not proud of, and I'm so unproud of it that I'm not even gonna like mention it. Basically, it was like talking about something, and it was just in the background. I just heard the heartbeat from "Speak to Me." It was just boom. It was talking like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, what's your, like, oh, you've listened to a bunch of genres this year. I can just
Yeah.
You
Yeah,
guys
because
both
like
had that song in your top.
yeah,
If
'cause,
no,
like,
it wasn't in my
I've
top.
listened
It
to
was-
Dark Side so many times.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It wasn't in
like,
my
I think
top,
for the,
it was
for
just-
the ones that it plays as you tap through. I think it picks from like just your top in general, like not maybe your top five, but it just
yeah,
does a
just your
bunch of songs
top.
you
I
listen
need to check if my top is there.
Wait,
I
we
didn't
gotta have
really
more
look
like
at my playlist.
coherence to this section. Do we want to just have like each one of us goes through and just like kind of reads it out?
I actually
we're just
don't. I
talking.
actually can't read it out, honestly. Oh yeah,
Okay.
"Speak to
My-
Me" is in it. That
I
sucks.
had
No
a
matter-
weird I had a weird standout though.
was it?
Which was that my second biggest genre is alternative hip hop, but I don't listen to like hip hop at all, so I don't know
It's
where
probably
that came from.
some artist or album that just like Spotify
Yeah.
detects them as alternative hip hop or something.
That's
Yeah.
why I thought like Dogs or like Close to the Edge songs like that. I thought those were classified under it maybe because I don't know where it would have come from if not
Mhm.
like from those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just want to say, no matter how bad you guys think your Spotify raps are, 2 out of 5 of my top genres have the word anime in them.
Oh,
That's the
jeez.
that is an honest, no lie.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
the number 2 genre is anime, and the fourth genre is anime score. So
That-
I am
that-
humiliated.
I actually
and you guys
done
wanna
with
don't-
this
kick me off the
segment.
show?
Let's move on. I'm done with this segment.
What the
What? Already?
fuck?
So much still to talk about.
No,
I
I'm
haven't
joking,
even
I'm joking.
conversed about
joking.
mine.
Yeah, go do some conversing.
Yeah, the best takeaway from mine is the fact that my top 5 songs are all by the same group, the same exact group. My top 5 songs. I think it might even it's not my top 6, but my top 5. Because I have my top 100 most listened songs up right now because I don't have the screenshot, right?
Oh yeah. It does them in order, so that is your top 5.
Yeah, so my my top 5 are by the same band, And my number 4 song is an 18-minute long track about. It is 18 minutes long. I don't know how, because I don't even listen to the song that often.
Please don't be Emerson, Lake and Palmer.
It's not Emerson. No,
Okay.
I have listened to way too little of that band to.
I was so worried.
I've listened to way too little of that band for them to actually show up on my rap.
That's good. That's good. Then I know which band it is.
Yeah, you know the band Rush.
Yeah.
Their 18-minute long track about the two sides of the brain called hemispheres. And it's just like, it's just complete, it's just so fucking...
What are your top 5 songs? Everybody go through the top 5 songs.
Let's look at my number 5. Alright, my number 5, Xanadu, off their 1977 album. The best part is, I don't even need to say who, because I've already said that already. And they're all by the same fucking... They're all by the same group. Number 5 is Xanadu. 11 minutes long. And has a fucking sick drum part in it. And also a cowbell solo. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. Number 4 is Hemispheres. They're 18-minute long song about the two sides of the brain. Blah, 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 blah.
You're struggling.
My number 3. Free Will. By Rush.
Oh, yeah. I forgot it's all by Rush.
Big fan of that song. Big fan of that song. Big fucking instrumental break. And it's like, they are all on their fucking... They are losing their minds on their instruments at that part. Like, that's probably the most concentrated, like quality of, like, complexity that they've ever done in any of their songs.
The solo part?
The solo part. Yeah, because you can hear the bass is going crazy, the guitar is going crazy, the drums are going crazy. There might actually be like pedals, like
yeah, Callum, if you want like to start off with a Rush song, you should probably start with Free Will.
Yeah.
Free Will's a good.
Right.
Free Will and Spirit of Radio are good starters.
Number 2, Closer to the Heart. I'm a big fan. Also by Rush. Who would have thought?
It's all by Rush, Callum.
Yeah, it's all by Rush. Big fan of this track, right? Big fan. And like, you know, I don't know. There's something about it. I was trying to learn the solo in the song. I think that's why it's so far up, because I was just listening to it constantly. And number 1, I knew this from the start because I listened to it basically every day. Is Digital Man off their 1982 album,
Really?
Signals.
Digital Man is... I think it's
hey, that's bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
Signals is like mid-tier Rush, honestly.
That's not true. That's not true. I'm a big fan of Signals, okay? I like that album a lot.
We'll talk about Rush at some point.
Yeah, it'll happen one time. And the biggest takeaway is that I counted this a few days ago. 28 of my top 100 songs are by Rush. So, guys, I'm not exactly sure who my top artist is. I don't really know, guys. I can't really tell at this point.
Or do you want to do it, Jaxon?
Yeah, Callum, you do yours.
Yeah.
Okay, so every time we talk about music, I've just reminded like how different my tastes are from you guys. And it's embarrassing. But my number 1 artist was an artist by the name of, well, not his actual name, but Lil Darky, which is definitely guilty pleasure music.
Yeah, no, I tried. I saw it on Spotify, and I clicked on it, and wow, it was really awful.
It's something. I know it's bad. Like.
I also have guilty pleasure music.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
So he was my heavy top artist. I was the top 1% of his listeners. And the bottom 3 out of my top 5 songs are all by him.
Mm-hmm.
And then number 2 is Momentary Bliss by Gorillaz. I guess I listened to that a lot when it came out as a single.
It's only been out.
And then my number 1, I don't know how to say the title because it's in Japanese, but I listened to it every time I worked out.
That's the worst.
So it counted as my number 1 song because it was like my go-to workout song. I know.
Cringe. That's cringe. You're cringe.
Mm-hmm.
I know. I'm ashamed of myself.
Yeah.
I will say mine. It's really bad. Like mine is just bad because I for a long time, I didn't listen to songs I really liked. I just listened to albums, and I always just started with the first
I'm
song.
a big fan of the fucking album listening to thing, but yeah.
I
Recently,
like doing it, but now I listen to just like more songs that I just enjoy as opposed to the full album.
yeah, recently I've been doing more of the playlist thing.
Yeah. But anyways, my number 5 is "Speak to Me." Oh, actually, funny story. So my top 5 are also all from the same artist.
Let's go!
It's all Pink, which my taste has changed, but it's because at the beginning of the year I listened to them so much.
Yeah.
It's overpowered.
Well, now, and then in the middle of the year, you just started listening to the Beatles so much.
Yeah, I thought there would be like Taxman is 6, but anyways.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't get any Revolver pieces off of that.
I don't know. My 4th is Time.
All right.
Also from the
that
same
one's
album.
fresh. That is a fresh track. I wish that would appear.
My 3rd one is "Breathe in the Air," which is also from that album. It's my favorite song from that album.
I understand.
Yeah,
Time is
then,
my Time is my favorite.
Number 2 is "Pigs on the Wing 1." Which that won't make sense to Callum, but that's just the beginner song of Animals.
Yeah, that's the first track on Animals. It's like a 1 minute long acoustic piece.
Yeah.
Oh, so it was just because every time you started the album.
Yeah, it's because I listened to
every time
Animals.
he started the album.
And then
it would take a long time to listen to it all the way through. So like, you would most commonly get through just the first few, right? So
yeah, exactly.
Right.
So that's why. So yeah, that's my top.
Oh,
Anyways,
what was your
we've
number
talked
1?
about this long enough.
Well, now that I'm.
Wait, you only listed
never
4,
seen my taste in
Jackson.
public.
I know. I listed 5. My number 5 was "Speak to Me."
Yeah.
The number 4 was "Time."
Uh-huh.
Number 3 was "Breathe in the Air." Number 2 was "Pigs on the Wing 1," and number 1 was "Dogs."
Oh yeah, you already said your
Yeah.
top is Dog. I forgot. I forgot about that one.
Okay.
Before I got my Spotify Wrapped, I was so down to like, yeah, let's talk about it. And then as soon as I got it, I was like, oh my god.
Yeah, I'm
can't
just
tell
so
them about
glad I discovered the Forbidden Band so late in this year, so that it just doesn't show up. But I'm very scared for next year because I hate the fact that I like the band. I hate the fact that I like the band. I hate it. I really don't like the fact that I like the band. I'm just not a big fan of that.
Wait,
but he's got a
what
good
band are you
voice.
talking about? I'm stupid.
Greg Lake has
It's
a
fine.
fucking...
We'll talk about it another time. But I want to move on because we've been talking about this.
We've been talking about this for a hot
Here's my
few
awesome
minutes.
transition. On the topic of Spotify, we released, me and Zane released our last album in our
They
band.
have albums.
Yeah.
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 It's our 7th one, I think, and it's our 7th in 1 year, and we just did it for 1 year, and now we're done.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I just wanted to hear, Callum, what you thought about it.
I have my own opinions.
I was actually like, this might sound stupid. I was impressed with how like well produced it sounded. Like, because I'm guessing you guys are obviously kind of on a budget. Like, you don't have like a studio.
Well, no, I actually
got,
do.
Like, a lot of stuff. He's got like a lot
but
of
like,
music stuff.
I was surprised by how good it sounded.
Yeah, well, if you listen to our earlier stuff, that was before we actually had... The thing is, like, basically up until the break between, COVID-19, basically, we didn't have anything to plug our instruments into, so Jaxon would just, like, put his iPad... He would just put his iPad in the middle of the room, right? Or it was on the piano stand.
Yeah.
And then he just hit record.
That's why on songs portrayed by an angry piano, the piano is so bassy and loud because it's on the bass speaker of the piano.
Oh.
Yeah, it's on the...
I later moved it to the middle.
Well, you know
yeah,
what? You gotta start somewhere.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. But yeah, on Joy and Happiness we got the mixer, and then on the first self-titled one we got like a really big mixer.
Well, no, Joy and Happiness. Hurricane was the first track we recorded on that big mixer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
So
we recorded Melon Kid on the small one.
Yeah, but yeah. Anyways, what is there anything that stood out to you at all?
Yes, and one song stood out for me for 2 reasons. One, because I actually really enjoyed it, like how it sounded, and also the name, Monkey Pump, is probably my favorite song on the album.
Yo, Monkey Pump! Yo, I love how that fucking song was created. We literally just watched The Lighthouse, and we were like, Monkey Pump, Monkey Pump, right? And we just fucking... Yeah, that's honestly my favorite song off of the album.
It's really like... I don't want to say catchy, but it is. Yeah. I enjoyed.
It's probably the best produced one. It has the best sound to it, honestly.
I gotta say, I listened to the deluxe version. Into the Sun, all parts hurt my ears a lot.
Oh yeah. Once you start the deluxe, it goes really off the rails because those are the songs we didn't put on.
Right.
Off the cutting board floor.
Those are the ones we
things like Into the Sun Part 2.
That one was
just like
5 seconds of silence, and then I was confused.
Yeah, it's just left ear noise for like
for just for some reason we were like fucking going crazy, right? And we something happened, and there was one of the synthesizers that just fucking made this weird ass noise for no reason. It was
making super loud ear piercing noises in one.
And that's where that came from.
That's where that came from. Yeah.
So we just recorded it and we're like, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
and then
halfway through I was listening to that, I thought that the title was because this is what it would sound like if you were being like launched directly into the sun. Like this is what you would hear.
I actually have no idea what the guy was thinking.
That song was not intentional at all.
Honestly, with the left ear noise part, I thought for a second it was just really distorted vocals, and I was like, how do they make these sounds as human beings?
If you think they're vocals, you clearly are not acquainted with Shock Plus Ball.
Yeah.
We are incredibly instrumental. We are just an instrumental.
Yeah, no, I knew you guys didn't have singing, but I thought you just peaked the mic and just screamed directly into it. For a minute and a half.
I was kind of proud. I don't know if you listened that far into the deluxe, but there are two songs. There are two songs called "Inside the Nerves" and "Inside the Brain."
Yeah, those ones are cool. I like those.
I did a lot of mixing work because there was 30 minutes of material, and I edited it all together. I just took the parts that I liked and put it all together, and I was really proud of it.
Oh
yeah, I like those. I felt like the titles of those ones really fit how they sounded, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you gotta listen to the song Inside the Mind, though.
Yeah, Inside the Mind from the Stir Pot Volume 2.
Yeah, that is the first Inside song.
Yeah, it's a legit song.
It is the worst one.
Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it is definitely the worst one.
So I thought the regular basic album was super solid. I enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Deluxe version gave me a bit of a headache, but I still enjoyed a lot of the songs.
You don't have to say you enjoyed it. It's not for people to enjoy. It's just
I actually liked the few. I liked the 2 edits you did of the long one because I like that song.
Yeah, there's Stinkus. It's because we kind of were talking about what different like things should happen in it.
Yeah, the editing process of that song was really long because we were just going back and forth.
Yeah.
On, it's so long. Like, what changes we want for the final edit.
Right.
Yeah.
We both gave our own input, right? Like what we want.
I'm just be thrown on.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of how I went from Broken Telephone into like the first big chord thing. Because if you listen to the original Broken Telephone, like on the deluxe edition, that has there's just like a huge fucking guitar feedback section.
Can I tell the story behind that?
Yeah, go ahead.
That was part of the 30-minute thing. Like most of the deluxe songs were part of that 30-minute recording. And while we were just fucking around on the synths, my dad, he was like trying to fix the amp. So there were just these throughout the whole like dillying on the synth, there were just these loud bursts of amp noise, and I cut all of them out except for the ending one. So out of nowhere, it just
that scared me.
I
like jumped to turn my volume down because it hurt.
Yeah.
I also liked the rough edit of Monkey Pump because it was basically like listening to that song again, which is
basically
it was just the original edit we had.
Yeah, because the thing is, basically it's kind of screwed up here, but all the songs are kind of like they should go into each other, but we kind of had like a bit of an issue with the whole.
Oh, I thought that was an issue with my.
No, it's we kind of basically
Spotify was lagging.
Yeah, there's an issue with getting like with YouTube audio files where it basically just like has a cut.
Has a really quick fade.
Yeah,
right?
it has a very quick fade at the beginning of like
so
things.
it's supposed to be a medley. Like it's supposed to be like a Dark Side of the Moon.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
I heard it do that, but there's like this small gap right between. I was like,
Yeah.
I was
hear it,
like, it's not
fully
really
through.
that big of a deal. We'll fix it at some point,
Yeah, we're gonna
but,
fix
like,
it at some point, but yeah.
It's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Good thing is I don't think we have to like re-release the album either. We just have to like I think we just can change the songs.
File? I don't know if we can change the
I'm pretty
file.
sure we can. Whatever, it doesn't.
Oh, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. I actually have a
Anyways.
question for you, Callum. What's your least favorite song on the album? Like the original one?
Oh, the original album?
Yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. The normal one.
Let me check the track list again, actually.
Okay.
Probably Window Refrain, which isn't to say that it was like terrible. It just didn't stick out to me as much as the rest did.
I can understand
I like
Window
that one
Refrain.
a lot.
It is a very it's
That's
one of the
my
two.
favorite one on the album, honestly. There's so many different opinions on the album, but like
Yeah.
that one's my favorite one.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I mean that's kind of cool, you know.
I just like the synth solo. It's such like an energetic and fun song. That's why I like it.
I kind of was doing a lot of experimenting on my own with it because like I wanted to use a snare drum which you could hear in Stinkus. I did.
Yeah,
Basically, this was the first and only album in which there were synth solos because like usually I'm the one who plays the solos and Jackson's usually like doing the whole backbeat kind of thing. So basically, I decided to hop on the synth and just do some soloing there because I think it'd be.
The album's
cool.
a lot more like pop as opposed to rock. A lot more. Usually they're more like rock, but this one is more like
Yeah. Because the sound is, apart from Cole and Revolver George, the sound is generally a lot cleaner than the other albums we've done.
Cole and Revolver George are like very distorted songs.
I think in our own sense, this is a very progressive album. In our own sense, like,
which is kind of sad because it's the last one, so we can't see where you're gonna go from here.
Yeah,
we've had
I'm happy with it as a finisher though, as a closer album.
Yeah, you've gotta like, if you want to hear,
a great swan song for us too. It's perfectly encapsulated.
And by the way, if we didn't record this, there would be a very different swan song as well, which is about the same length. Actually, no, it's about 7 minutes longer.
Oh yeah.
Longer? Oh my god.
Longer.
Yeah, Invisible Day 3 is 21 minutes long.
Yeah, it is our longest song.
It's my favorite off that album actually. But yeah. I wanna move on again because we've been on this one for a while.
We've been talking
about I want to ask a question that I've wanted to ask for a long time.
Okay, go for it.
Where did the name of the band like?
Alright, I'm just gonna walk through it. Let me find the fucking DM.
Typing something.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find the fucking.
The story's actually it is pretty funny.
Oldest.
It's stupid, but it's kind of funny.
There we go.
You're gonna send it in chat.
I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is, right? Nice. What's our band name? And then I said, what's our band name? Jaxon says, Shock and Balls. I said, nah, we are Shock plus Ball.
Wow, literally the first idea that came out was the one that...
Well, it's from a tweet. It's from a tweet I made where I said
Yeah.
Shock and Balls on my Twitter account.
Uh-huh.
And then I was like, what if we did that?
Yeah, which definitely isn't a very... it's not sexual at all, alright?
Okay, that possibility was always like, you know? I assumed it wasn't, but...
It's also a lot of people get this wrong, but it's also not a like which one's Shock and which one's Ball type of thing either.
Yeah.
Well, but I'd definitely be Shock if it was.
I'm not Ball. I'm not a
You
Ball.
are definitely Ball.
I'm not Ball.
You are definitely
It's
Ball.
fucked up. That's fucked
It's
up.
not fucked up. But
This
yeah.
is why the band is now over.
Yeah, guys. Constant arguments. Constant.
Over who's Shock and who's Ball.
Yeah. We were just trying to figure it out, man. The whole thing dissolved while it was going on.
Callum, fella, introduce your movie.
Yeah.
Oh wait, aren't we talking about the?
It's
Warner
happening.
Bros?
Oh, true.
Didn't you forget about that?
There's one more thing. There's
Yes,
one more thing.
this is question time, our new segment.
yeah.
It's
that we started last-
question time.
Question
in
time.
Progcast question of the day.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Question
Woo!
of the bi-weekly question.
Let's
We
go.
have a
Go.
question. This is a question I came up with.
Uh-huh.
And it's fairly recent.
Mhm.
And the question is, what does Warner Bros. Releasing all of their 2021 lineup on HBOMax mean for theaters? Basically, the context is, for anyone who doesn't know, Warner Bros. Decided to release like all of their lineup for 2021, like Wonder Woman, all these movies, like Dune, all of these like upcoming blockbuster
Big
movies.
hype movies too, like not
Yeah, and just
minor stuff.
releasing them on digital.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are saying like this could be the death of the death of theaters or whatever. I don't know. What do you guys
Well,
think?
good thing that you explained it to us because I have no fucking clue what it was.
Yeah. Well, that's the
Oh,
story.
really?
Yeah.
That's the scoop thing.
So
Basically,
my
theaters have
take on
been
this.
Yeah, go.
I think that for a while now, streaming has kind of been like not beating the movies, but it's definitely been kind of a problem. Like it's not a problem, but like a problem for theaters, right? Because a lot of people are just like, if I can watch all these movies for a lot cheaper and in my own home, and I can have any food I want, and I can, do whatever, versus I have to go to the movie and I only watch, one, and I'm in a crowded theater and I might get annoying people around me. Like there's definitely pluses to it,
especially at this time. Digital is so much more optimal for just general audiences.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So like that was already happening before COVID, and then COVID hit, and that was like a huge blow to theaters. And then this happens, and it's another huge blow to theaters because it's like movie studios are basically saying, "Oh, hey, let's see if that works, and if it does, let's do it too because we need to make money."
Warner Bros. Has a lot of like the usual blockbuster share.
Yeah.
It's releasing it all on digital.
I'm not saying I think theaters are gonna be gone forever because obviously, like myself, I like going to the movies. I enjoy it.
They're hurting right now though. Like
they are.
Yeah, but I enjoy going to the movies. I would probably go to it. I would definitely go to the movies again. Like when
no matter how many people enjoy it, if they're not making the money that they need to, they're eventually just gonna be like, all right, screw this.
Running those places is expensive too.
Yeah.
You
gotta buy the rights to every film.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of going to the movies right now, especially when it's a shitty movie.
Yeah. Well, I like the theaters, but just honestly, sometimes I would just rather be in the comfort of my own home.
Yeah.
Just relaxing. I have a really nice surround sound system, a big like 4K TV, and it's cheaper. It's cheaper in the long run because you don't have to buy tickets. Food,
you only have to spend money on your 4K TV and surround sound system.
And you can sit there and watch.
In the long run, it is less expensive.
Yeah, for sure. And you can also sit there and pick from a library of films that even the older ones, like it doesn't have to be just what came out in the past few months.
Well, the thing is, theaters have been moving away a lot from art house films too, and just showing stupid movies that I don't care about.
They played art house films? Right? What the fuck?
Well, not art house films, just like stupid schlock.
Because. Yeah, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a complete snob, but I feel like a lot of times just like a cheap kind of straight to the point action movie is going to sell way, way better with general audiences than like something that is kind of out there.
Well, that's the thing, right? Everything, and you can talk about this for basically any form of art, the most popular things are the most accessible things because fucking obviously, right?
Because that's what accessible means.
That's what accessible means. It reaches a lot of audiences.
Yeah.
But the problem with that is that it sometimes means that art, like good art, doesn't get out there and
that's why the streaming the streaming thing is so up and coming because people who want to see more like more art like movies, more less stupid schlock movies.
They're
not
going to go to theaters anymore. They're just going to start watching things on digital.
Yeah.
But the best thing about streaming is that it appeals to both groups. If you like only deep art house movies, streaming has you covered, and if you only like dumb, stupid action movies, streaming has you covered.
Yeah.
So it's like the reasons to go to the theater versus just paying for Netflix is getting like smaller and smaller. Yeah. So I think it goes without saying that this is very bad for theaters.
It's a bit of an issue for the theaters. I'd like to go to the theaters again. I just have a good time, especially when I'm with my buddies.
Stay around, but I just don't know if it will. I don't know how like
people are just gonna bring back drive-ins. I think. Well, actually, they are coming back at this point because of.
They
COVID.
are. Drive-ins are like are big for like theater stuff.
Yeah,
right now.
and especially right now because of the pandemic. You can just go into your fucking car.
A lot of people aren't going to theaters because of the pandemic, and they're just
Dude,
like
theaters are open. What the fuck?
Some are.
Yeah.
The last movie I watched in theaters was SpongeBob, Sponge on the Run. That was it. I haven't been to a movie theater since. I miss it so much.
Last time I went to the movies.
Last
time I went to the movies, Sonic. Oh man.
Yeah, that's me too. Cause we watched it together.
We watched it together. Holy
when
shit,
did
that was an
8
experience.
years ago now.
It feels so long ago, but it was this year.
Yeah.
Oh
Thing is, it's kind of weird because November felt like such a short month. Like I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Well, I think the reason that I don't want to talk about this for too long because it's really off topic. But the reason that this year feels so weird is because there was that stretch where it was like every day was the same for like 4 months.
Well, it depends on the person.
True, yeah.
I had a good time in the first few weeks.
You weren't going to work, you weren't going to school. That's all I mean.
I had a very good time in the first few weeks. As soon as school started coming back, I fucking that's it, dude.
Yeah.
I'm out.
Yeah. All right. Let's not get too far over there.
Let's not fall too far.
It calms. I think we said all we need to.
Basically theaters are kind of fucked.
Yeah, praying for theaters, but I don't like the odds.
Yeah.
Like an actual, we could see like the theater business actually go down the toilet. Honestly,
in our lifetime.
Suck. Honestly, it would really suck because I would very much miss the movie theater experience. I'm a big fan.
Well, you'll still have them. They just maybe some major ones will close because they're just not profitable anymore.
And it feels like companies would just prioritize streaming over putting it in every theater.
Yeah, they're doing that right now.
Theaters should probably get a wider amount of movies. It just reaches more audience. Well, actually, no, I shouldn't say it reaches more audiences because that's what the whole action.
Yeah.
Boring action films.
Well,
not boring.
They need money to buy to get that stuff, and right now they don't have much of that.
They need to just try anything and just see what happens and see what works because they're in a bad place.
Yeah,
it's like think about how
too.
Ever since Uber and Lyft and everything, taxis are like whoever I'm gonna grab a taxi versus.
Well, depends on country, but
true.
I'm not exactly sure how that works. Honestly, I don't know how. I've never been in an Uber or a taxi, so
all
I don't really know the
let's get off. Uber.
All right, let's get off of Uber and taxis.
Let's get on topic.
This is a film and LP show.
Should I do my film first?
Yeah, do your film.
Yeah.
So since we're speaking a little bit about less deep movies and more just kind of like dumb fun, I picked John Wick, the first one, because I've never seen it and I wanted to watch it, and I did.
Rewatch
so.
Yeah, I don't think I like it as much as I don't know what Zane thinks of it, but I don't think I like it as much as you two do.
I think it was pretty. Can we just start with our? I know we usually do our ratings.
Spoiler talk, probably.
Yeah. Just like everything else, spoilers. I think it was better than than the average movie, but
yeah,
it's enjoyable, and
it's enjoyable.
There are some, especially the rave, at that rave party.
that was well done.
Choreography, it's fucking awesome.
I think the number one best thing about that movie is the choreography in all the action scenes.
Yeah,
it's so good.
Yeah,
but especially in that one, that scene,
that one especially
is mesmerizing.
Damn,
it's so good.
Yeah,
I rewatched that scene on YouTube as soon as I finished the movie.
Yeah,
so
one thing I had an issue with. Is that they kind of struggled. I feel like they kind of struggled to start the movie because I wasn't a big fan of the whole guy wakes up, blah blah blah, something happens in the middle of the day, he goes back to sleep. And just that, and then the
problem with it for me is just that I really do agree that first half really drags it down. It's because the rest of the movie is so stupid and schlocky, but that first movie, it's really, or that first act, it's really trying to get at the heartstrings. It's really
what the fuck, man? You can't do that shit to me.
This tonal shift from it being pretty serious to it being just kind of it doesn't take itself very seriously.
Kill
just, like,
people,
rock
do
music.
funny, haha, kill people in a rave.
Like,
Although, I mean,
you
like,
see that tonal shift, it's just not as effective for me. It's very
the
jarring.
whole movie is kind of like even though at the end he does manage to get revenge, it's not like a good ending. At least the way I kind of saw it, because like he wants nothing more than to just like get out of the whole hitman assassin life, but he just can't, and he just can't. Tries again and again. So I kind of it's kind of a sad.
I like that.
Yeah.
But just like there's some and there's this scene in the beginning too where he just like drives the car. I don't think it really fits.
Hits the wall.
There's a bunch of donuts.
Yeah, and he starts screaming. Like that was really corny. And
they should have just had him like, if they wanted to show like he's still a little bit,
it felt like product placement.
Unwound. They should have just had him like hit a punching bag and start like yelling while hitting the punching bag.
Yeah, well, the one
like just him driving the car and yelling and going up that was so corny and like it made me laugh.
And one of the greatest parts is when there's the part of the end of the movie right at the beginning. Whoa!
Yeah.
Wow, that's really crazy.
Movie we're gonna talk about later that does that too.
I ain't never seen that before.
I ain't never.
I don't know why.
I ain't never seen that before.
Dude,
I just like it just kind of felt pointless to me. I don't really feel like it needed to.
Yeah. I don't think you needed to see the end of the movie.
Yeah.
I just realized.
Honestly, it just felt pointless to me.
Yeah, I just saw like 20. I saw like 20 minutes into the movie. I saw like the fucking this like very similar vehicle to the one that the guy drove into a fucking wall in the beginning, and he just fucking pulled out his iPhone 4 and started watching his wife.
But I thought it was weird how when they circled back to that scene at the end, when they showed in the beginning, it was like, yo, he can't even walk, he's gonna die. But then when it got to that, he just was like, actually, never mind. He just got up and was like, healed himself. It's like, wait, weren't you like on death's door just now?
I thought you were about to fucking
he's
die.
like bleeding. Like the movie is very silly, and honestly, that's stupid. Like that stuff doesn't bother me because the movie doesn't take itself that seriously.
That it's stupid, yeah.
Yeah, all the bad guys are just like they're like evil Russians.
Yeah,
it's so over the top.
It's a very like it has that very average action movie kind of plot to it.
Yeah.
Except for the beginning where it's like,
when it takes itself that seriously, it just doesn't work for me because the rest of the movie is so admittedly silly.
They basically use the first half to be like, okay, first, he's sad. Second half,
his motivation
he's
makes sense.
Good at killing, and they just set it up to make it so that everybody is like scared of him. They use a lot of time to kind of build him up as like.
It took me a while,
and it does that like that. I get why they're scared of him, but just how serious, how somber it is, and just that tone shift doesn't work.
Yeah,
I do like the scene though where the guy is explaining to his son just who John Wick is, and he's like talking to him about everything that he has done and gone through.
The accent really just threw me off for a bit with that.
Yeah.
Honest.
One thing is, I didn't really read like a description of the movie, like without spoilers. So I just thought that John Wick was just this average Joe, and he just got his car stolen. But then there's this guy,
really lucky.
and then the guy like at the car deal, or like at the car repair shop, right? He was like, he was calling the guy, was like, your fucking son.
That's just cool, because it really does make you feel like, holy shit, this guy is fucking scary.
Yeah. Your son.
Like when he's talking on the phone, he's like, he stole John Wick's car and killed his dog, and the guy just goes, oh. You're like, okay, this guy is not easy to beat.
What I love about the character too of John Wick is that he's not like cheesy at all. He, aside from some scenes, but like he doesn't say any. He doesn't say any one-liners. He doesn't do any stupid shit.
That's great.
If you fuck with him, he'll shoot you in the face, and that's it. That's all.
Even when he gets to like the final guy, the one who actually killed his dog and stole his car, he doesn't like give him a speech. He just shoots him. In mid-second. It's so nice.
One of those very
but there are things that take me out of the character, like at the end, at the ending fight scene. Like for some reason, he doesn't just shoot the guy right away. He just gets.
That would have been more.
Fight. It just doesn't work for his character because the other guy who killed his dog, he shoots him right away.
Yeah, and I also couldn't for some reason get behind the fact that this kind of mediocre-looking old Russian dude was like somehow able to fight on par with John Wick.
Well, he barely did.
But it's like, why is he even entertaining this idea? Why doesn't he just kill him right here? Like,
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, that it just kind of breaks the character for me a little bit.
Yeah.
Another thing I do like about
one other thing I just want to mention. Yeah, sorry. It's kind of just my last kind of negative with the movie is just there were like lens flares are a thing that like hardly ever work for me in movies. I usually find
they
them
look cheap.
Yeah.
Yeah, and in this movie they look really cheap and
Yeah.
fake.
Yeah,
I
true.
thought, and it was really distracting in every scene that they were in. Like,
Guys,
they were really
fuck lens flares, dumbass bullshit.
Stop using them in your movies.
They can work well if they're integrated properly, but like
Right.
they were so
never are.
Yeah, sometimes they're usually just used to like be like, hey, check out this kind of cool cinematography trick I learned.
Yeah. One thing I liked again about the actual character of John Wick was how like he almost never lets emotions show, but sometimes when he lets like a little bit out, like in the scene where he's like tied to a chair and he's yelling at them, it's so like has so much more impact because he never shows it otherwise. So when he actually does get mad,
he's like a cold guy.
Yeah.
When he actually does get mad, it's like it hits a lot harder because he never does.
Well, it's because he's vulnerable in that moment. Like he's super vulnerable and he's just grasping at straws.
Yeah.
I didn't think the acting was great in it, but
no,
like Keanu Reeves is not a great actor. He's good at playing a character like John Wick, where they don't really say much and they just kind of like run and do
the funny little.
Yeah.
He's good at playing that type of character.
Yeah.
And
I also there was one good performance that I really liked. Just like the Russian guy's son, he plays just a really good asshole. Just a stupid, arrogant kid. He plays that character really well.
Yeah.
And he's always trying to buy his way out of everything, even at the end. Like he's like, it was just a dog. He's always trying
even
to,
then he's trying to like, and I like how he cuts between like being so smug and then just being absolutely terrified.
Yeah,
and
like an actual person. He felt real.
He did compared to the final villain who was just
the other guys felt like cartoon characters,
yeah.
honestly, but like he felt like a real person.
Yeah,
which I like.
Which I guess you could have read a real person who's just a complete douche because
that's what people are like. They're,
right.
They're arrogant and they're side flipping and they do whatever. Yeah.
Oh, last thing I want to say before we move on, I liked the part so much where he backs into a guy with his car and then shoots him through the hood of the car as he rolls across the roof. I was like, oh my god, I love that scene.
Yeah, there are cool action shots for it, I think.
Yeah, all the choreography is great.
Yeah.
I think I like the second one more, but I would give this.
Me too, actually.
I haven't seen number 2. I haven't seen it.
We can talk about that another time.
I give this one a 3-star. I give the other one a 3. The second one a 3.5, and I think I give the third one, even though I haven't seen it in a while, I give that one a 3.5 too.
I gave this one. Wait, I do it out of 10, so I guess so a 7. So that's 3.5.
Yeah.
For the first one.
Yeah, I get you.
That's my ranking. Yeah.
I honestly don't know between a 6 and a 7. I think maybe more of a 6. You kind of like left me at points.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'd say it's above par. Like it's not like fucking just like completely
and there's some
average.
There's some really good scenes in it too.
Yeah, it's not a completely average movie, but like
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we can maybe talk about the second one another time because I actually liked it better than the first one, which is rare for sequels.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we should put that aside for a future episode.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Want to move on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So Zane.
They call me the Mr. Introducer. 1999, fucked up movie, American Beauty. Yo, that rhymed. Jesus Christ, I'm too good at this.
Disclaimer before we talk about this movie: Kevin Spacey, bad. If we talk about him being good in this movie, we are not endorsing him in real life because he is.
Fuck Kevin Spacey.
Also, another note. The spoilers, okay?
Fat spoilers. Big
fat fucking spoilers.
Listen, if you haven't seen American Beauty, watch American Beauty.
Watch it. Good.
Come back and watch it.
Go watch it. You can watch this. Right.
Yeah.
Maybe not John Wick. You don't really need to watch that. It's just kind of one of those action movies. But this I recommend. I gotta say, I recommend this one.
American Beauty is fantastic.
Yeah.
I was
really
impressed by how they managed to make an entertaining story without even a single likable character. Everybody was just
Yeah.
awful,
Yeah.
Everyone was a
but they're still
dickhead.
so entertaining. I don't know how.
Well, yeah, but they all it's something that this movie excels at. They're all humanized. They all feel like real people.
Yeah.
And it's really just this neighborhood of people and just a bunch
Kind of
of
falling apart.
coincidences that happen to lead to this guy's death.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a bunch of coincidences, just unfortunate ones. Well, maybe
Right.
not, because the dude's kind of
He's
it's
also
like
kind of a
common.
dickhead.
Spacey biopic, actually.
Yeah, I was gonna say
Oh,
Kevin
that's
Spacey just
that
kind of
joke.
played himself in this
Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Kevin
Pretty
Spacey
easy
kind of
role.
plays himself.
Yeah.
Kind of a biopic about him.
Kind of an L there, honestly.
For Mr. Spacey.
Don't rape children next time, Kevin Spacey. Fuck
Yeah.
This is my brand new idea. Don't do it. But
Agree.
yeah, I think
But
it was, it's a good movie. You know, what can I say,
Yeah,
man?
it's pretty great. It's classic.
Yeah.
Kevin Spacey, even though he's a shitty person, he steals the show. He
He's
is
so
yeah.
good in
so
this movie,
good.
which I feel bad to say,
yeah.
but he's so good in this movie,
He's
man.
so
Because he's
talented as-
playing himself.
He is,
He's
yeah.
playing himself.
Yeah, it's a personal story to him, so he
Yeah.
really.
There's, yeah. It really speaks to him. He's like they called him up, man.
The movie is really just about it's about beauty and all of that, and just beauty in the smallest things, and even
Yeah, that's
in
the
that
theme.
in
main
that
theme.
scene where he's showing the girl the bag, you really get, even though it's stupid, you get
Wait.
and mundane, like, you get
Oh, yeah,
you
fuck.
get it. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, that is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
And
It's so
everybody, well, man, there's so much to say. I don't know how to organize my thoughts.
yeah.
I feel like some characters kind of experience, they manage to appreciate the beauty in it, and some characters don't, and the ones
Yeah.
that do are
Yeah.
more rewarded. Like Kevin Spacey,
That's kind of the theme of the story, is how
Yeah.
people deal with
Right.
beauty.
he does kind of see it in everything, and then even though he does die, at the end he's not upset about it, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's completely content because he's really
Mhm.
he's found himself, and there's
Mhm.
something
And
touching about that, even though he's
What was
not.
the guy's name? Ricky, the guy who sells weed.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
He also appreciated it, and he kind of ends up with a good ending too.
Yeah.
he's the one
ends up
who he's
going
the
to New
one
York.
who carries it. He's the one who
Mhm.
he shows everyone.
Yeah,
Right.
but on the other hand, what's Lester's wife? What's her name? Carolyn, I think.
Wife,
I don't know.
I don't know. Honestly, I'll
You know
be
who I'm
honest.
talking
I haven't rewatched it recently, so I have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have kind of I know what happens in it, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you know who I'm talking about. She doesn't really appreciate it. She's more focused on the material things, and
Right.
she gets
Yeah.
a really bad ending where now she's got nothing, and her basically whole life is ruined, and she's never gonna recover from that.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's
Well, I kind of disagree. I think she finds beauty in just enjoying herself in life, doing what she
Right.
enjoys. not
Yeah.
being held down by.
Although I'm just thinking about her last scene where she's kind of hugging.
Yeah,
his
it ends
jacket
poorly
and-
for her.
Yeah,
But
she gets
she does get to live her life the way she wants to.
Uh-huh.
And I love in that scene too, his death scene. You don't know who's pulling the trigger.
Right.
yet.
I really
I thought it was
thought that
her.
it was her, but
yeah, well,
I
that's
thought
what
it
it's
was
building up to, and the twist actually works really well.
yeah, because the guy, the guy who's very very conservative
Yeah.
about it.
Yeah,
He's
but
like
he
he
also-
doesn't believe in gay
Yeah.
marriage, things
Yeah.
like
He's
that, right?
homophobic. He's an ass. He's
So,
an asshole.
Yeah, and it turns out that the guy is actually, he does have interest in dudes. What can you say?
Yeah,
Well,
which was-
no, he has a crisis. It's like
he
it's
just
almost
doesn't know
like
what to
he's
do in that
paralyzed.
moment.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And yeah, and that's the reason why. That's the
Yeah,
reason
well,
why
I
he.
kind of saw it more like he's trying to figure out what is it that his son likes about it, about
Yeah.
being about.
Or it
being,
could also be that he is the reason he is homophobic
Yeah.
because he can't
Right.
deal with that.
I
in
took it a
himself,
different
you
way,
know?
but there's so many ways to interpret it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's
Also,
definitely.
I just want to say there are some jaw-dropping sequences, especially the Rose sequences. Holy
So
shit!
good.
Yeah.
Those scenes are fucking crazy
Mhm.
in
Right.
the best way possible.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the ending, how you were talking about how you don't know who killed him.
Yeah.
There was kind of like, you know, the Chekhov's gun rule, where it's like, is that what it's called, Chekhov's gun?
I think so.
I'm
Yeah.
not
Where
sure.
it's like, if a gun is introduced in
Yeah. If it's
in the
shown,
first act,
it's
it must
gonna
go
be
off in the third act, right?
Yeah.
And there are 3 people that are kind of like, what you know he's gonna die because he confirms it, but
Right.
Yeah.
there are 3
Right.
people that could be the one to do it. There's
Uh-huh.
Ricky, who says
Yeah.
he might, like, he says like, do you want me to kill him for you, when he's talking to his daughter. There's
Uh-huh.
the dad, and there's his wife. So it's like,
Yeah.
you're kind of trying to piece together which one of them is gonna be the one to
Right.
actually pull the trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It
and you
was
think it's the wife at first.
right. That's what I thought, because she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill
Well,
this
yeah,
guy."
that's what the scene's implying until the reveal.
Yeah.
Mhm. And then
yeah.
you see her kind of second guessing herself, looking at the gun and thinking like, what was
Yeah.
I thinking? Now that it actually happened,
Mhm.
you know.
He kind of wanted
I
to.
just want to mention too. I really like the score as well. It's
Mhm.
very
Uh-huh.
interesting and unique.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And normally I think the little monologues that characters do sometimes can be like overly trying to be deep, but I think
Right.
the ones in this movie of like at the beginning and end were really good. Like the
Yeah.
speech at the end is really, really kind
Yeah,
of profound.
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
Powerful.
I gotta rewatch this one, honestly.
I
It's
gotta,
good.
I
I'm gonna
gotta
rewatch it
say,
too.
I have some complaints though.
All right.
I got
Oh yeah.
issues. Just like with John Wick, they show a scene that happens later in the movie, but here it kind of bothered me even more because the context for the scene, it gets completely just like, it's trying to like, it's like, wow, this is gonna be a really crazy story, which it is. But
Mhm.
then in that scene, she just says, I'm joking, right? So it kind of completely defeats the value of
Yeah,
showing
true.
at the beginning.
Yeah.
It was so pointless. It was like, why are you showing it here? You don't need to do that.
Mhm.
You
Yeah.
just can start the movie.
Mhm.
Although there was also the part where he says, "I'm in less than a year I'll be dead." So it was kind of like, not. I guess that doesn't count as foreshadowing because it's literally saying this is
Yeah,
going to
It's
happen.
maybe. I
literally
don't
him
know. It
saying
still just
that.
bothers me because it feels so unnecessary.
Mhm.
Right.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking
I
of
really
John Wick,
like.
I forgot to mention, but the music in the first John Wick movie is really bad. Sorry, I forgot to mention that.
Yeah, I wrote that in our review. They use it like some of the original pieces are really good, like the nightclub music, but for the scene. But
Most
Mhm.
of it is.
some of the, like the soundtrack just feels really out of place, and like, why is that here? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Just stupid
Uh-huh.
rock beat. Sorry. Yeah.
Oh,
Anyways,
yeah,
I forgot.
yeah.
I just want to say.
Yeah.
But yeah. Other than that, I think the movie is like, and just because of that scene, it kind of distracted me a little, and
Mhm.
it kind of
Mhm.
made me go like, oh, is this what the movie's gonna be? But it really picks up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, I just think that actress who plays the girl, like most of the time
Which
she was
girl?
okay, but in some
Which girl?
scenes, I didn't like the weed
His
dude's
daughter or the?
girlfriend, the weed
Oh
dude's.
yeah, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Like I just thought sometimes I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because I don't like how that scene was
Right.
played. But like just
Mhm.
it was just kind of distracting,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I felt like
I
it was.
think maybe partly because she's supposed to be playing like a weird, kind of offbeat teenager who's like
Uh-huh.
not quite normal, because you
Right.
don't
Well,
really see a guy
she
like
kind of
Ricky
gets
and
like
think, yeah,
infected
this
with
is
the
cool.
beauty and all
Yeah,
of that,
Right.
exactly.
Yeah, honestly at first I thought that someone was gonna happen between the weed dealer and then who like the guy's daughter.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah, Kevin Spacey's daughter in the
Mhm.
right.
Well,
I thought
they do end up,
no, I
they
thought
do
like
end up.
something was gonna happen to her because right, like I saw
Yeah,
this.
and it's like, it's. I think it kind of tries to show that like, beauty can sometimes be frightening too if you're not trying to understand it at all. But once
Yeah.
you understand it, it's
Right.
really simple.
Yeah, like
Or once
I
you
thought the
stop
guy
trying
was
to
gonna
understand.
do something to her, but it just turns out that they
Well,
liked
yeah,
each other.
yeah, and
Mhm.
it just turns out that he's just
Just
he
goes
fully
about his feelings in a really, really weird
yeah
way.
Really weird way, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
yeah.
liked it. I'm feeling a 9, a
Yeah.
I thought it
4.5.
was great.
Yeah, as am I.
Just
As am I.
just because of those complaints, I gave it a strong 8. It's like the closest an 8 can be to a 9, but
Yeah.
it's up to an 8.
Oh,
It might turn to a 9 if I rewatch it, which I
Yeah.
Yeah.
probably will.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna go rewatch it again since I'm not too familiar with it, which is why, even in the movie that I chose, I didn't speak much about it. But like,
Well, I'm glad you chose it because it was really good.
it's also kind of fucked up
I was
too.
wanting to see it, and
Yeah.
Yeah, and that is our second movie. That is our second movie in the letterboxed list of movies that would be a lot better if there wasn't a standing jacking off scene.
That's so true.
Wait, when is it in that movie?
Wait,
it's the very beginning.
Beauty?
Yeah,
yeah.
What scene is it though?
I'm not
like
sure.
His
actually.
opening dialogue is in the shower.
Oh yeah.
He jerks off in the shower. Yeah, and then he's like, "Look at me, jerking off in the shower." It's funny too.
It says, this is gonna be the highlight of my day. That part is like, wow, this guy.
It's so funny. I forgot to even mention that, but the movie's so fucking funny.
It's like funny in a dark way, which I
it is, and you do feel conflicted about the characters.
Yeah, it's dark humor, but it's not like edgy, dark, like teenager, fucking spews racism. Kind of dark
I think
humor.
It's like this miserable character just to
right, just having
funny.
It's just a miserable character talking about how fucking miserable he is.
Anyways, so
album time.
This is our last little thing.
Yep.
The album.
Yep. 998.
And this is my pick since it just came out. I won't lie, I'm not super acquainted with the band, but I've listened to some of their stuff. It is KG by King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
I can't believe the Lizard Wizard left the band. That's pretty sad.
Damn. It's only King Gizzard and the now.
Yeah, sucks.
Yeah.
It just came out though, and it is interesting in the fact that it is their second microtonal album. Which means
Can you explain what that means to someone who doesn't know anything about music?
Yeah, let me explain.
Yeah.
So basically, microtones are. So basically, in the Western scale of music, there are 12 notes, right? In the West, so basically from C to C, and there are 12 notes between that, right? Basically, what happens with microtones is that they use they use frequencies that are more prevalent in different parts of the world, which aren't like the Western scale. There are notes. There are notes in between.
If you're wondering why it sounds kind of weird, like why they're using weird notes, it's because it's all microtonal.
Yeah, there are notes between notes.
I thought it was cool just because it was so different from anything that I've really listened to in a while.
The thing is, though, it doesn't feel like a gimmick at the same time, which I
it works really well.
It doesn't feel like they're doing it because they have to. It feels like they're doing it just because
they want to do that.
Yeah.
Like they're not letting the album ride off that.
And you really wouldn't even notice if you weren't like a music person unless someone...
I didn't. I noticed it sounded kind of like...
Yeah, that's kind of off.
All I can say is different, but...
it sounds different.
In a really refreshing way. Like, it made me want to listen to more of their stuff because it's just kind of...
Yeah, it's kind of one of those
the
things
other
where
one,
it's
the other
notes.
microtonal album is called
Flying Microtonal Banana.
Flying Microtonal Banana.
Yeah,
I like that.
They are a very weird band. I'll be honest.
The name alone kind of makes it.
I don't know if you would agree with me, Zane, but I think this is like the most Gizzard album that has been released.
Yeah, because the thing about this is that this is probably one of the only like albums by them that doesn't exactly tread new ground because you don't know this, Callum, but basically they dive into a lot of different genres. They go into like metal music, psychedelic rock, in here microtonal music, as well as the last one, progressive rock, garage rock, just like a bunch of different sounds. Spaghetti western, like they have a fucking western album. An instrumental western album, like with narration over it.
Yeah, and they have heavy metal albums. Too.
They are very, very creative with what they.
I like that because then it really just feels like whenever they make a new album, it's because they want to and they're actually enjoying it, and not just like we got to pay the bills,
It still feels like that with this one, but it does feel like the most kind of standard Gizzard. They do microtonal. Yeah. They have pretty general length songs, and
it seemed pretty accessible. Like, I know we've been kind of talking about accessibility
I'd
a lot,
say,
but
yeah. Honestly,
it didn't as a first time listener to them at all. It wasn't like, whoa, this is. It was like easy listening, you know.
Yeah,
It's
I'd
good.
honestly say, this is probably like if I were to say like, if someone were to say to me, "Oh, you know this King Gizzard band, which album should I listen to them first?" I'd probably say this one because it's like probably the most accessible. It kind of goes into like the most kind of styles that they have.
Yeah, and because of that, it is exactly what I expected, which is to say that I didn't really love it at all. You know, I don't really, I don't like them that much as a band. I think they're pretty inconsistent for me.
Yeah.
But it does have good songs. The opener is good. I like how it kind of plays as like one big song throughout it.
Right.
I thought Straws in the Wind went on for way too long.
Yeah, that's another thing. Yeah.
It's way too
long. I liked it at
like,
first, but by the end I was like, end the song. Like,
it's almost 6 minutes. It's way too long.
Yeah,
but it feels like the last 2 minutes are just repeating the chorus, and it's like,
right.
I'm over it. Go to the next one.
I wish they kind of like just like skipped a verse, went into that instrumental section that I kind of like, and then just did like another chorus and then fucking left it. I feel like
I
think Automation is my favorite one. This was a single, and I really
that's good.
Yeah,
it's a good one.
I think it's a
It's
Honey
more
is a good song. I like how kind of like weird I don't know what other words to use, but the kind of progression of notes is not like what you'd expect to hear, and it kind of at first like
I don't know
puts you off because it's kind of going up and down and all over the place.
A lot of people like Honey. I don't know. The lyrics just make me squirm every time I hear it.
You taste like honey.
Like honey.
Yeah, it's kind of a typical weird.
Yeah.
It's so like
it's one of those fucking.
And just the delivery is so high and sweet. Ew, it makes me like.
Yeah,
hey, maybe that's the point.
Yeah, the guy isn't much. The guy isn't very like Jaxon doesn't like the guy's voice that much, and there are actually 3 singers in this one.
He's better. That guy is better on this one. But yeah, I don't like the singer on Straws in the Wind. Just his nasally voice just doesn't do it at all for me.
I can understand that. I think he has a very unique voice, but like it, and I'm glad that they like they really like using his voice, but I'm glad that they keep it to only like 1 or 2 of the songs in the album because
I can't stand them.
Yeah, and like even the people that actually enjoy the thing, they agree that like this guy's voice is one of those things where it's like, oh, you listen to it and it's kind of that break from the other guy's voice.
Yeah.
I
think I also like the ones I like are like Some of Us, I like Ontology a lot. I think there's a lot of just interesting sounds in it.
I want to re-listen to it because I'm forgetting a lot of the songs. I can't remember like the chorus, but I did like it.
Yeah.
I thought
Intro Sport is like a disco song.
Is so weird.
It's cool though. I was like kind of like moving my head to it. It was good.
As a Gizzard album, it's so standard Gizzard, as in like it just goes all over the place.
Yeah,
but,
it just fucking does everything basically.
It does have more of a consistent sound besides like Intro Sport and
and then the last song they go back into their whole like metalish kind of thing.
The Hungry. I like the Hungry.
As do I.
I was gonna talk about that.
Off me a bit. It used to be my favorite on the album, but it's grown off me a bit. Yeah,
I like that. Just the name is like really
invokes a lot of ridiculous.
So it's kind of cool. I like the name.
Much like a lot of the songs that they make, like Vegemite.
Let me go to their artist page on Spotify. I want to see some of the other song names.
About ABABCD.
Song names.
Murder of the Universe. That's I see that here.
Like it's over the top and
but
very
it's
over
cool.
the top kind of thing.
And then you have way more toned down, something like Fishing for Fishies. It's very simple, but it's
they
very
got
nice.
one thing that you notice is that they've actually said more things recently, like in their music. Because one thing they did,
Oh, they
a
don't
lot
do-
of the things they did in the past were like very like they kind of had their whole gimmick of the album, like something like this part was like, oh, it talks about mind control,
they
blah
talk
blah.
about the river, and then they talk about God.
Yeah, they talk about like they have an album where every song, there are 4 songs and every track is 10 minutes and 10 seconds long, and it's called Quarters, right? So
a lot of their albums are very gimmicky, and like I said, I would.
Paper Mache is it's a song, it's an album that has very happy sounding songs, but
like,
when you look into the lyrics, they're very fucked up. This time,
especially this one, like this is also why it feels very standard Gizzard. You know, it's a lot about like dystopian society, and all this.
One
stuff.
thing,
like,
they've definitely talked more like ever since Fishing for Fishies, which is like very about the environment. That's
they're trying to they're talking about more. They're doing more concepts.
Yeah, they are talking more like they're talking more about social issues and things.
Yeah, with Gizzard though, I don't care enough to read into it.
Right.
Once I listen to it once, I'm just kind of done with it.
Yeah, I want to listen to this again just to kind of like, get a better feel. Like whenever I listen to an album once, I don't feel familiar with it because I've only heard it, all in one go at once. I need to kind of take each song, take some time with it.
Right.
But I enjoyed it. I feel like it's a 7.5 for me.
I can understand that. I
7.5-ish.
I think it's a good album.
I think it's one of their better ones. What do you think, Zane?
I give it a 7, honestly. I like it. I like it.
I give it a 6.
Yeah. I can understand you don't like the band too much.
I don't like them as much. I still think there are good songs though.
Yeah, there are good tracks off of the album, I'd say.
I guess that's it. This has been a very long episode.
Very long episode.
Yeah, we had a lot to talk about.
Thank you. Oh yeah, Callum's mic is back to the loud amp thing.
Yeah.
Oh wait, what's it doing?
It's doing a very
your old like the one that was in the first episode randomly just makes really loud.
Yeah, just like a
noise.
very feedbacky kind of sound to it.
I'm sorry. I was looking.
You'll have the better mic.
Yeah, I was looking for my. I just need to buy a new mic. Like I just need to buy a good one because the stand is broken. I have to prop it up on an empty glass of water. Yeah. It's awful.
It's not ideal.
It's not exactly ideal.
It's ball shaped, right? So I take a cup and I put it in the opening of the cup, and that's my stand.
Well, Christmas is coming up, man.
What?
Christmas is coming up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, hey, there you go.
We're gonna. Oh yeah, I thought I would mention, right? Since I don't know. I guess you guys probably haven't prepared your next recommendations, but for mine.
Wait, we're not.
No one.
Jaxon, we're still fucking recording.
Well, I'll talk about it.
Alright, okay, yeah.
I like talking about it at the end. That's cool.
Alright, yeah, okay. I see
that.
But
yeah, you wouldn't ever be able to see this coming. But actually, I have chosen the new David Fincher movie that just came out. It is called Mank, and I don't want to tell you what it's about. I think you should just watch it. It's on Netflix.
Alright.
So, yeah,
okay, cool.
It was. I'm not gonna say anything about it.
Today's Saturday. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it tomorrow.
Yeah, maybe I'll watch it tomorrow.
Wait.
Oh, I forgot last time to plug the socials, but follow us on Letterboxd for all our awesome reviews.
Yeah, because I have a lot of very serious reviews on mine.
Zane makes funny reviews.
No, that's not true, guys. It's very
I do
untrue.
try hard reviews where I try to act like a critic, but they just suck.
Yeah.
So if you like
go
those,
in the middle.
I'm not a critic.
You make good reviews though, Callum. It feels like you read them over.
Yeah, so do I. I also make really good reviews. You should follow me.
You make good reviews in a different way.
Follow us on that. Go follow Jaxon on Twitter.
Yeah, do it.
And follow me on Instagram. I draw stuff and I can draw.
Follow me on Twitter if you want.
Yeah. Go check out Callum's art.
Yes, please.
Watch American Beauty. Watch John Wick if you want to. Watch Meg
if you want to. Yeah, watch.
Go listen to.
Context for the next episode.
Go listen to 2 by Shock Puts a Ball.
Yeah, greatest album of all time.
Yes.
Early contender for album of the decade.
Yes.
Yeah, go listen to KG, I guess.
Yeah, but 2 first.
Yeah,
Then
two
KG.
first.
Yeah,
Two first is like
on Spotify.
2 is like it's like a 12 out of 5, man. It's fucking
12 out of
incredible.
5.
KG more like a 3 out of 100. 3%.
That's so
Like it's
true.
decent, I guess, if you want me to say that, right?
Wait, hold on. If 2 is it? What did you say? It was a 5 out of 24 out of 5?
No, 12 out of
24
5.
That's not what he said
No,
at all.
12. Sorry,
12
out of 5.
Mhm.
That's 12 times
You
20.
got
Okay,
the
so
calculator app
it's
up,
a
don't you?
240%. That's the percent score of 2. It's a 240% good album.
Yeah, it's a good album, man. What can you say?
Well, yeah, like we just said, do all the things that we
Yeah.
just said. And,
So put it down again, basically. So basically, watch American Beauty, watch John Wick if you want to.
If you want to.
Listen
Definitely
to
listen
listen
to
to
KG.
yeah, if you
Follow
want to.
us on Letterboxd. Follow us on Twitter. Follow Callum's art.
Yes,
Don't follow Callum on Twitter. Don't do it.
I don't
Yeah,
really
don't
post on Twitter.
Yeah, he doesn't
Twitter.
post
He
on
doesn't
Twitter.
post.
Follow his
You
Instagram.
can if you
and
want,
stuff.
but I don't post.
Yeah, like I
Really
guess if you want me to, like, come on.
Anyways, thank you all for listening.
Callum, you gotta do one of
that's
those funny things at the end because like Jaxon did one, he did
Oh yeah,
smooches,
yeah.
I did ooh
yeah.
you.
You have
You
to
gotta do one now.
say a one-liner.
Yeah, say a little one liner.
I don't know what to say. I don't have any one-liners prepared.
Okay, cut it there.